All right, guys, welcome to the December kickoff call. Thank y'all for being on early. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing?
What's up, y'all?
Excellent.
Good, good. I'm going to do something different tonight.
What
Y'all
you
ready
gonna
for something different?
do?
Y'all ready for something different?
Yeah.
Boy, y'all's audio is breaking up. I don't know what's going on over here. So I want to hear from you guys what you guys got going on. The last, you guys, and make sure y'all's background noise. If you're not speaking, press mute. I'll try to mute y'all just so we don't have any background noise, so we get a good recording. Can you guys hear me okay? Nod your head. Yeah, because it's breaking up on my sound over here for some reason. So what we'll do here tonight, over the last couple of weeks, we talked about setting your goals. We've talked about the last quarter of the year, setting up the first quarter of the year. Of course, the first quarter of the year sets up your entire year in terms of your momentum. So in last week, we talked about having, end of the month goals, right? Or not end of the month goals. It was the end of the month, 2-minute warning, countdown call. And we talked about having goals for the entire month. You guys get situated. Everybody get situated. Okay, thank you. So we talked about having goals for the entire month. And we also talked about setting your goals at the very first of the month, right? So you know what you're going for in that particular month. And I've been seeing some of y'all posting online, declaring some of your stuff out loud online and stuff like that. So that's fantastic. So what I'd like to do, kind of twofold. I'd like to know who has, not just who, like raise your hand, but if any of you have already made your goals for December, for the month of December, at the beginning of this month. Good. Morgan's already got her hand up. So if you've already made your goals, very good. We want to hear from you. Okay. We want to hear what your goals are. And it doesn't have, like if you don't have them in front of you, then just give us whatever version you can think of what your monthly goals are. Usually the monthly goals come down to how many new customers, how many reorders, how many new board members, how many orders inside those members, how many new distributors, and then what's your volume goal, right? Maybe you're going for a particular promotion with the company, VIP seating for the January kickoffs, whatever it may be. I'm just trying to stimulate your thinking, by the way, okay? Or it could be 10 other things that I haven't mentioned. Again, just trying to stimulate your thinking. So we want to hear from you on that, okay? And remember, okay, when we're talking about goals, we're talking about whenever you set goals, just kind of a rule of thumb, and I know you'll get different opinions on this, from a book or from a seminar or from a public speaker or something like that. Whenever you're setting goals, they might say shoot for the stars, right? Put your goal really high, a high goal, because if you don't have a high goal, you don't stretch. Shoot for the stars. If you miss, then you land on the moon. Has anybody ever heard that? Right? But at the same time, okay, I want you guys to keep in mind, because there's two sides of the coin here, is setting realistic expectations. Realistic expectations, because there's two things that you want to do when setting goals. Well, I'll give you what you want to do and what you don't want to do. First of all, you want to set a achievable goal that you believe that you can achieve, and then stretch it a little bit. I might not be saying that the most eloquently, but you guys get the point, okay? So if you really believe that, let me just put it this way. If you've been doing 3,000 points a month pretty consistently, then I would say set your goal for 5,000 points and then maybe even stretch it a little bit. 6,000, 5,500, okay? But if you've been doing 3,000 points a month, don't come up here and start telling everybody, and I don't mean on tonight's call, figure of speech, don't go start saying, I'm going to do 20,000 points this month. when you've never done it before. Because what you end up doing, of course, that's great to put it out there, but more than not, if you're not that individual that's really going to that really achieves things like that in your life, if you're not accustomed to doing that, then chances are you're probably not going to do that, and you end up setting yourself up for failure. Because you can declare it on our NCL page, you can declare it on your page, you can declare it on social media, you can declare it on the call tonight, but at the end of the day, you could say it, and the minute you're saying it, you don't even believe what you're saying. So you guys kind of see the difference? Yes, you want to set goals. Yes, you want to declare things. And yes, you want to stretch yourself. I'm not saying don't put lofty and high reaching goals out there. But I am saying don't throw things out there that are so high that even you quit before you start. You don't need to come from a position of setting a goal out there that you think is going to inspire other people, and it's this big, huge thing, but it's so big that tomorrow morning you don't even know where to start, and it doesn't inspire you every day. So at some level, you got to really believe that you can achieve it. You got to think it's attainable, and then add a little bit more onto it, like really stretch yourself. You guys understand that? Because even we talked about last week, when you're going for promotions and when you're going for big goals and stuff like that, even if you don't achieve it, and I know I saw some of y'all's post, like working the end of the month, even if you don't achieve it, it ends up showing up later anyway. Like it'll show up next week, it'll show up 2 weeks later, it'll show up at the beginning of the year, whatever, because you don't always get paid today for the things that you did today. You don't always get paid this week for your efforts this week. You don't always get paid this month for your efforts this month, because everything has a residual impact. Everything has a residual effect, right? And that's, you guys all know that about planting seeds and all that stuff, right? Sometimes, if you plant a seed, anybody ever planted a seed before or had a small little plant or something like that? You don't plant a seed today and expect that seed to be this big, beautiful plant in 3 days. No, it takes time, it takes water, it takes care, depends on if it's an outdoor plant or an outdoor or whatever it is, landscaping, it depends on the climate, a lot of factors, right? So you got to nurture that stuff to get the fruits from that stuff later on down the road. But I know some of y'all experience this, and I want to hear from y'all. Again, I'm just setting y'all up here, getting your mind right for what the conversation is. But I know at the end of the month, I heard from some of y'all's messages online that you were putting a lot of stuff out there, working that 2-minute warning, having fun with it, going for it. And it might not have showed up on that calendar month, but in the first 7 days, first 5 days, whatever, today's the 6th, but the first few days of December, things started showing up for you for the work that you did on the last day in December, or excuse me, in November, before we came into December. So anyway, going back to it, let's hear your goals, okay? And these are your goals. These aren't goals to come out and impress other people with. Remember, this is your goal to build your business. The things that are important to you. Keep in mind, December, the month to remember. December sets up, this is the exclamation point to the last quarter. You guys understand? This is the exclamation point. You guys have no idea how many people inside of Herbalife have signed up in the company as a new distributor in December. And now they're on the president's team. So there's people out there waiting for you to sign them up. And in 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 years, they'll be on the president's team under you. You guys understand that? Now, how about walking around and getting up every single day and pounding your chest with that type of posture? Okay, knowing that next person could be my next president's team member, or GET team member, or millionaire team member, or world team member, or my next supervisor. You guys understand? So who wants to go first? I think I've set y'all up enough, getting your thinking right. Okay, I see Brandon's hand down there. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey guys, how we doing tonight? I'm doing good. What's up? What's up? So guys, for some of y'all that are following the transformation challenge that we have going on, there's a few coaches in it with me, and so my numbers engages they've been increasing each month per challenge, and so for the month of December, I want a funnel that goes into this challenge of 300 participants and 40 strong individuals from that. For this month, I want 10 new clients, 15 reorders, 3 new preferred members, 3 new distributors, and then 4,000 documented volume points. So.
Good deal, man.
Glenn, sound like you're saying something, but you're muted. I don't know if you're saying something, Glenn.
Sorry, Earl. Thank you for saying that. I'm sitting here talking. My pen was out of ink and I couldn't get it to write. So go through that again. You want 300
Oh, you want to go through
in
it
the
again?
challenge.
So 300 in the challenge. 40 of them actually like strong doing it because you only get doing it.
When does the challenge start?
This will start December 30th.
Oh, the challenge starts December 30th?
Yeah. We already have a current challenge right now. So it's
you've already got one running?
Yeah.
How many do you have in that?
154.
Wow, good. Okay. So out of the 300, we want returning plus another 150, basically.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Very good. And so you got December 30th to do it. And then out of that, you want, I remember the number 40. You wanted 40 strong.
40 strong clients.
Meaning, clients that
Herbalife client.
Potential to be clients, reorders,
yes.
Referrals, and preferred members and potential distributors. Very good. So out of the 300, you want 40. And then what was after that?
10 new clients, 15 reorders, 3 new preferred members, 3 new distributors, and 4,000 documented volume this month.
Okay, I've got it. I don't know if you can see it, but I got it. Okay. So there's two things I'm going to do on this. Number one, I'm going to work, and we'll have other people comment if you want to. I'm not the only one that can interact here. Just letting y'all know what the rules are. There's no rules, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm doing a couple of things here. First of all, if I'm talking to one of my distributors one-on-one, whether it's face-to-face or whether it's FaceTime to FaceTime or whether it's on the telephone or whatever, of course, I wouldn't do this on text, right? You can't sit here and mentor someone efficiently on text. Text is good enough to get some cliff notes out there and set an appointment, follow up a little bit, set an appointment, but text is not to sit here and get into all the psychological details of that individual or break down their life on a text message. You guys got me? And coaching them on a text message. Again, I might give some coaching on a text message, but it's 2 or 3 lines. And then it's like, when can we get on the phone? Set an appointment. You guys understand? So a couple of things that I'm doing here. When one of your downline or a customer shares their goals with you, the first thing you want to do, you noticed how he shared all of them pretty quickly, and then I couldn't get my pen to working, and then I was like, okay, go back and say that again so I can get it all down, because I'm never going to remember all that. But now I got it in front of me. So now what I can do is I can go, not like I'm going to do the whole thing tonight with Brandon, but I'm just giving y'all a little coaching here. Now I can go back, and we're working under the umbrella of 300, and then wherever I've got written, December 30th, starts on December 30th. He's got an existing challenge. He's got 154 in the existing challenge. And I might go back and make these notes make sense when I have time, right? But I want to get the stuff down, get the stuff down. And out of that, he wants 40 strong clients, right? But then next, and then what I'll go back and do is ask him about each one of these things. So there's 2 things. Number one, explain to me, because I want to understand this, Brandon. Did you say you wanted 40 people? What was the 40? Because after the 40, I want 10 new clients. So what did the 40 mean? Is the 40 meaning I wanted 40 strong people that I could get 10 new clients from? Is that what you mean?
The 40 represents the clients that are actually participating fully with Herbalife products. Like they're 100% involved in the challenge. There might be 300 in the challenge, but to say that 300 are actually involved is to say that's just nonsense. But there's 40 actually doing the workouts, doing the nutrition, and taking Herbalife all together.
I got you. Oh, so that's why we got to dig. Y'all remember the formula. All your answers are 3 or 4 or 5 questions deep. So sometimes the coach has to ask a lot of questions so the coach is clear, right? I just want to be clear on that. So now I understand, because the 40 is out of the new challenge that starts on December 30th, which is going to be for January's business. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But that's something you're working on this month. You got to work on this month to load it up. And then the fruits of that are all going to come in January, the 40 from that. Outside of that, when we start with the 10 and the 15 reorders and all that, that's for December's business. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that correct or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, good. Because if that wasn't correct, if the 10 and the 15 and everything else was for January, then what I would say is that number down there on the bottom, good luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to see how you got to, because the coach has to break it down so it makes sense to, if I'm saying I'm the coach, right? Like if I'm coaching him, which I'm not, but I'm just giving you guys a scenario if you're coaching your people. So here's what I would also do. Here's a key word that stuck, and I know some of y'all that have been around for a minute, y'all caught this word as well. And the word started with a W. Who can tell me what that word was? Probably Brandon will tell me before everybody else.
Will.
No, you started out saying, I
want
this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Did you guys catch that? Did anybody catch that? Raise your hand besides me. By the way, it doesn't matter if you caught it or if you didn't catch it. And by the way, Brandon ain't wrong for saying it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants. Okay? But you guys have read the books. You guys have listened to the, Think and Grow Rich and Science of Success and all this other stuff. We have to turn the want into something that's more definite.
Will.
Yeah, will, must, must have. I mean, turn it into, and again, you guys already know, we talked about this last week and the week before, and I think Earl was a good representative of this at the end of the month when he kept showing those pictures of himself with those filters, that he's like the magician making things happen at the end of the month. You gotta say things to yourself and sell yourself on some stuff to get you worked up enough to go out there and make a reality happen out of what your goals are. You guys got me? Yeah. So we have to really choose our language, because the language that and not even on tonight, but it's just an example, what we're thinking in our head usually comes out in our words, right? So if Brandon goes to bed thinking tonight, I want this, I want that, I want that. I want a lot of things too, but am I prepared to go do the work that it takes? Am I prepared to sacrifice to go get those things in life? You guys got me? You guys understand the difference? So yeah. There is a difference in wanting something versus come up with whatever word that you want that's more intense than want. Like the will, the desire, the will, the must. I have to. Like my life depends on it. I must. I will. Like my life depends on it. And many of you that have children, you can understand, like if you have children, the will to do something. Because a lot of people do things for the sake of their children. you take the back seat for your children, don't you? Who's got children? Raise your hand. All day long, you'll take the back seat for your child, won't you? Child comes first. Child's well-being comes first, right? Correct? Child safety and well-being comes first. Oh, was Sam shaking his head no? He's going, no, she don't come first. Not no more. She's on her own. She's cut off. Listen to it. Anyway, outside of Sam, and I know he's not telling the truth there. Okay. But anyway, you guys understand. So sometimes we got to equate that, to our business and make it where it's more definite with the universe, because you already understand this, Brandon, and most of everybody else on here does too. The law of attraction, right? It doesn't understand like the universe, the energy, the law of attraction type of philosophy. It doesn't understand, for lack of a better word, vagueness.
Yeah.
When you're vague, right? And maybe if we might say, I want, or I need this, I want this. Well, yeah. So does, 10 billion more people. They want it. But how many, but why is only 95% of the, why is only 5% of the population part of the six-figure income earners and 95% aren't? You guys understand? Or probably the other 95%, they're not willing to do the sacrifices, doing the personal development, doing whatever it takes to go out there and go above and beyond the call of duty and make it happen.
Yeah.
They end up settling or whatever. So anyway, all I'm saying is choose something, another word that's going to get you fired up. I must, I will, make it a definite, with the universe. And you already know this, Brandon. You already know all this stuff. So there was probably just but anyway, just the language that we use and speak to ourselves, speak around the house, speak on calls, whatever. I'm telling you, what does Jim Rohn say? Language is our most powerful tool. Words are our most powerful tool, Jim Rohn says. So I wouldn't say cautious, I would just say conscious. Be conscious of the language that you're speaking, because it goes out there into the universe. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, if Brandon or if anybody wants to make the 4K an absolute, then what do? We speak in absolutes.
I must have.
Correct? We speak in absolute. Oh, and it could be another word, but I'm just saying, pick an absolute. I will, I must, I have to have this, because that's going to be, and the more you say it, repetition, make it, the more you think it, repetition, the more you go to bed, I must, I will, I have to, things like that. Then after a few days of that, then something happens inside of your body. And then it starts to move you in that direction much more than I want. Because I want, it's like, geez, the first time, the rain blows, it's like, yeah, I wanted it, but it's raining. I wanted this, but it's sunny outside. Cold front came in. Oh, the cold front left. Now it's 80 degrees, so I got to go get a suntan. You guys see the difference? By the way, I'm only using Brandon as the hypothetical of things that can happen if our thoughts and if our decisions aren't absolute. That make sense? Make things absolute, because that's the foundation of making that a reality, making that an absolute. Does that make sense?
Yes, Monica.
Yeah, go ahead, Monica.
Yes. So yeah, that's great, Glenn, because we talked about certainty. So definitely the certainty needs to be in your goal. Like, you're certain that you're going to get the 40, right? And then you're going to get the 10, and you're going to get the 3 preferred members, etc. And the reason you want to be certain in regards to the goals that you're going to achieve, you had mentioned in that challenge, you have other coaches involved in that challenge, correct?
Yes.
So they need to hear that certainty, right? And you want your numbers to get to 300 in the challenge. So it will get to 300 because your team or the coaches that are involved in it is going to hear how certain you are. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, he's going to go get that. And so am I. If Brandon can do it, I definitely can do this. So, it all falls into place when you're making your goals. Is you have to have that certainty in your goal. You have to have that belief, and then you pass it on to those team members, and you will have the 300 in that challenge and the 40 fireworks going on in the challenge, right? Yeah. And it'll be a huge explosion, but it all starts with the certainty and being clear that you are going to make it happen no matter what. So, yeah, that's like good.
Perfect. And now let me ask you this. Do you have this like written down where it reminds you all the time somewhere where you're seeing it every day?
On my whiteboard in my room.
Okay, good. I was going to say, do you have a big whiteboard or something like that? Okay, perfect. And great answer. Because the stuff's got to be staring at you every single day. And you got to be staring at it every single day. Because if you ever get, and again, this is not only to Brandon, this is the value of having a open, session here for everybody. But so the value for all of you guys is seeing this every single day, because if you don't know what you're supposed to do on a daily basis, get up and look at your freaking board. Go to bed and look at your board. If you ever get like, I don't know what to do. Well, I'm supposed to get 10 new clients. I'm supposed to get 15 reorders. I'm supposed to get 3 new PMs, 3 new distributors, and 4K DV. And I will get 4K DV, and I must get 4K DV. Imagine what Garen Jones would do. He run into the bathroom mirror and start yelling at himself, getting himself worked up. I mean, does he get himself worked up? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what entrepreneurs have to do, because you ain't got no boss that's going to come in and get you worked up, right? So go into the mirror and pound your chest, tell yourself how good looking you are, make your pecs jump around a little bit, do whatever that gets your DNA going, right? Where you got that vibration happening, okay? So you guys see the difference? If you ever get confused, okay, first of all, you can call your sponsor, call your upline leadership, whoever, but before you do that, just go check in all the time. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. If you ever have 2 hours of free time, guess what you can be doing? Following up with your customers, working on those 15 reorders.
Yeah.
Because we don't wait until December 28th, and then we see, how many reorders do I have so far? 1. Well, damn, now I got 14 reorders I got to get in 3 days. Well, instead, what do? Pace it out, where every single day, I mean, if your job is to, and again, this is for the group, Brandon, as well, just to give some hypotheticals out here. You want 15 reorders, not one. I must have 15 reorders. See, I have to correct myself. The more habit you get into, the more you correct your own self too. I will have 15 reorders. If you spaced it out, then your job is just to get 1 reorder every 2 days.
Yeah.
In a month. Right? That's it. And even to get a reorder, what could you do with some people? Out of 5 out of those 15, you might have to cut a deal with the person. Hey, if you anything over $100, anything over $150, I'll give you a free cellulose. I'll give you a free whatever you think they might like. A mint mask. You've been seeing all them people post the mask. You've been seeing, or whatever they're interested in. They want to lose body fat. I'll give you a free sample of the 7-day trial of the Prolessa if you get $150 worth. And that's a $30-something value or whatever. So I'm saying, think out of the box, because some of your reorders, you might need to incentivize them a little bit. It is Christmas time, the season of giving. So give. Of course, don't shoot yourself in the foot, but any business person, invest into your business. You don't have to do that with all 15, right? But maybe 5 out of the 15 to get them to push them over to go ahead and reorder now instead of waiting to January, right? So you can achieve your goal. Sometimes to achieve your goals, you got to get creative. Is all I'm saying. So yeah, again, Brian, this wasn't only directed at you. This was so
No, I
everybody else
like it. Thank you.
hear the tone here. Monica, go ahead.
So, and I'm glad you said that. Hold on. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm glad you said that. Get creative in regards to like getting your reorders and stuff. Is the customers that you do have and that are kind of like sitting on the fence a little bit, and you know they have to. They're like sitting on the fence and they are serious, but they're kind of like, you know, whatever that, however you say the phrase.
Him hawing.
What was it?
Him hawing around.
Him hawing. Yeah, I knew you, the hillbilly, would know. Anyway.
I set myself up for that one.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam, you relax because I knew you knew it too.
Anyway, so
Hey, call me the black hillbilly, man.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, so going back to being creative, you guys, Glenn is like the master creator of making things happen when it comes to moving. Like when you are like wanting to really hit your goal, you will figure out a way to hit your goal, your documented volume. So example, and you guys already know this, okay, but I'm just going to refresh your memory on what you can do is remember you're the messenger, okay? Yeah. And whatever promotion you put out there, you're just the messenger of the promotion. So don't decide that, oh, this person's not going to do it. I'm not going to do this because that person's already bought some products, whatever story that you're creating sometimes. And some of you don't, you just go ahead and just do it because, you know, you just do it. But some of you have that block that stops you. So being creative, going back to that, is Glenn and I would move so much volume by looking at our customer base. And if that person needed to lose 100 pounds, we knew that person was going to need to reorder. So we would do a promotion. Hey, if you buy $1,000 in products, you can get 42% off that product order. And that's until like December 15th. So of course you have a deadline. And when he told me to do this, I was like, oh my gosh, 1,000 points, 42%. He's like, Monica, just go write it down. This is what you say, and just go be the messenger. So I wrote it down, called the people, and did I get the 1,000 point promotion sold to someone at 42%? Did I do it? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes. And I was shocked, and I was like, oh my gosh. So, but the thing is that
they said they'll do it. They said I'll do it, and you go, you will? You really? Are you sure? And now Monica's like, but that's a lot of money. And then they said, shut up, Monica.
Yeah,
Shut up.
No, and this was just because Glenn is seasoned and I was brand new. I didn't know anything. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And of course the girl needed to lose some serious weight, and she loved the products and she wanted to save money, and she knew she would have to reorder. So you want to look at that client base. Now, would you do that to someone that needed to lose 10 pounds? No. Exactly. So obviously like when you do your promotions, just figure out what promotion you're going to do for that particular client. The main thing is you have to look at your client base and be creative so you can get that documented volume by the end of the month. That's what I wanted to say. So yes.
Good point. And yeah, Earl, you're next, because Earl, you might be fixing to say this. When we started teaching Earl how to do the 500 point deal for senior consultant, and he was like, really? I should do that, right? And he started doing it, like telling customers, listen, you know, you need to lose 40 pounds. You're going to be on the products for more than a month, and get an agreement. You understand you're going to be on the products for more than a month. It took you more than a month to gain the 40. It's going to take you more than a month to lose the 40. And I'm your health coach, so I just want to throw something out that you can chew on here. It might be beneficial for you. Are you interested in saving money? And then zip it. Wait for an answer. What's going to be the answer 99.99999.9% of the time? Of course, everybody's interested in saving money. Well, then you can explain the senior consultant to them, you know, and we can sign you up, and whatever. And you can save 35 cents on the dollar. That's how I phrase it. You can save 35. I don't say you can save 35%. I say you save 35 cents on the dollar. You guys see the difference? You can spend a dollar. You can spend 35 cents, but you can't spend a percentage. I don't know who I learned that from, but I learned that from a millionaire, and it's always stuck with me. So I don't like to talk percentages as much as dollars and cents. So you save 35 cents on the dollar. When I talk to a distributor, you can also earn 35 cents, 42 cents, 50 cents on the dollar as a distributor. You guys see the difference? Okay. And then, so anyway, Earl started doing that, and he started getting all these people that were just customers, just interested in using the products, that went ahead and signed up, became senior consultants, put in a one-time order, and got 35%. And he was shocked when people started saying yes. But he understood the philosophy about just being the messenger. Just, I don't know if you're interested in this or not, but I wanted to let you know that this is available. This is like a soft. It's a soft, I don't want to say pitch, but it's a soft presentation. All you're doing is educating your client on, we have this option, that option, that option. Whichever option works for you, works for me. And if you approach it like that, then more times than not, what are they going to choose? First of all, they're going to usually choose whatever's right for them, especially if you're being authentic and you're not just out for their wallet or their pocketbook. You guys got me? So it's always about that. Go ahead, Earl.
Yeah, Glenn, what I was going to mention about that is you're exactly right. That's exactly what happened with me. That's what thank you, Monica, for bringing that story back up, because I mentioned it last week, because that story is what inspired me. It inspired me again at the end of the month. And I was saying that all I remembered is that I'm the messenger. Not only that passed down to my downline, a lot of the new distributors, so a lot of the people that you guys saw hit new ranks, that's the message I was explaining to them. Hey, just send that message out. You have no idea what they're going to say. Renita is a great example of that, because I remember when she got her first, the Silver Preferred Member now, the Silver Preferred Member order, and she was saying 500. I don't know if I could do 500, Earl. She's right there. She could verify that. And she was like, I don't know if I could do 500. That's a lot. I said, well, trust me, you can do it. Let this person know that they can save at least $150 at minimum. These $150 on the order, and watch what happens. Let that person make the decision. She said yes, right? And next thing you know, at boom, just like that, she's at her first cut of distributor action plan, just like that, just that quickly. But I want to backtrack a little bit, because this is very important, because now we're at the beginning of the month. We don't have a lot of time, but we have a good amount of time, okay? So the thing about people, like if you're paying attention to Elsie, if you're following Elsie, if you're following Morgan, if you're following people that are getting things done, you're following Sharon, the important thing, the only way that these things that Glenn and Monica have been talking about creating these incentives, the only way that will be effective for you, or the best way it will be effective for us, is that you're planting those seeds right now.
Yep.
You're planting those seeds right now. There's a story that Glenn and Monica, got some new people on the call. I've done over 1,000 volume points in a few hours. And that came from, I was planting a lot of seeds earlier that month, right? I'm letting all these people know this is what I do. I'm getting people that may not be responding right now. Some people that's saying, well, I'll get with you next week. I'll get paid. Well, let me see. Definitely I'll sign up with you, or let me go see what my spouse says. And you can ask Glenn or Monica. We don't have any certain techniques that we discuss with people where it's like, well, if you do this, you do that, and, any objections. We don't have any of those. You're not going to learn any of that type of training in our, but I just finished doing a distributor presentation with someone, and she was asking me that question. And you're going to learn we let people make the decision. We're only a messenger. That's it. So when you go forward and have the conversation and you let them go and you give yourselves time. So today is December 6th, I believe. And now, for me, my next deadline is the 15th. right, to get at least like 1,500 volume. That's my goal. I got a mid-month volume, right? So I got a mid-month volume to have at least 1,500, and that's like bare minimum. High level, 2,500. Bare minimum, 15. Okay. So my goal is to do that, but I'm going to be talking to people right now about, getting on the products, coming to shake parties, getting in challenges, all these different things to play. I did a video on Facebook about the business flow. And so that business flow is going to lead you into creating those incentives and getting to that point of, hey, by the way, look, it's coming up in the month, not in the month, but it's coming up on the 15th. I'm actually running a special. I would love to offer you, if you get it right now. And that's another thing Glenn mentioned, which is very important. I always go back to the leverage because I don't want them to think that I'm just doing this to get a sale. Always go back to leverage. Always go back to the wellness evaluation. Always go back to the reason why, hey, like for example, with Renita, the reason why we did the 500 volume point order is because the young lady had a high goal. She had serious health issues, and we know she needed more products down the road to be effective to reach her goal. So the 500 volume points made sense. So we brought that topic up I did this with a lot of people. So you've probably seen a lot of people that got a lot of promotions on my team, that's preferred members and distributors. That's all because I went to all their whys. Everybody I talked to about every promotion, hey, look, you said this, for you to get there, let's do this. Hey, I'll even help you even further. Why don't let me take off shipping for you. You order at least $100 in volume, I'll take off the shipping for you. Right? Okay, so I mean, it's whatever you want. But however, I always do everything to make a profit. I'll tell you that. Right? So but that's very key. And but again, that's only going to be effective planting seeds right now, because can magic happen out the blue and a month? Yes, it can, but the odds will be more in our favor if we start planting seeds now and lead to a mid-month deadline going forward. You watch the magic. Yep.
All day. I love. Thank you for bringing that up, Earl. Stay unmuted for a minute because I love. It's like a. What is the word for it? I don't want to say a fake deadline, but you guys get the point. It's like if the 15th was the end of the month, that would be a phony deadline, or a kind of a to work the 2-minute warning towards the 15th. I mean, imagine if you worked like the 12th to the 15th, like you worked with the same mentality of when it's the 2-minute warning, of when you had to get that volume in at the very end of the month. So as an entrepreneur, I would suggest that y'all get yourself worked up to that sort of level, because and I know a lot of people also, they've done 4 ends of the months, each week of the month. Now that might be too much for your clients, because if you keep going back to the same client, because then you end up crying wolf, and they're like, geez, they stop answering their phone because you're always trying to put a deadline on them. So use common sense with this stuff too. Different personalities are going to respond to you differently in whatever. And if they sense that you're trying to manipulate them, oh, you've always got a deadline, you're always trying to, whatever, right? So just be conscious of that type of stuff. Be sensitive to that. Let me just put it that way. But definitely putting on those kind of those fake or phony type of a deadline, so it pushes you to be disciplined about your business, going after your goals, etc. Because y'all just keep in mind, you don't ever have to run into the last 5 days of the month all frantic and biting your fingernails. If you've been working with discipline every single day and putting little deadlines on yourself, your customer doesn't need to know it's like a little deadline there so much, right? You can come up with different language where they know, like I'll tell people at the gym, my wife has a special going on right now. So if you order between in the next 3 days, you'll be able to save X amount of percentage on, and I won't even tell them, but we'll make it on the website. We'll do a 20% off coupon, but it's a minimum $100 purchase. And I don't even tell them that when I'm pitching them. I'll wait till they go onto the site, because it's usually a non-issue, because they're going to get geez, if they get a PDM and a shake, that's already 94 or 95. Come on, they're going to get 100 anyway, right? So, so you guys understand the point there? You can have the deadlines on yourself, but that will drive you to have more of a sense of urgency about your business, so you can attain and achieve your goals without biting your fingernails down to the nubs in the real 2-minute warning. Okay, so I see the clock ticking here. Who else has got some goals? Let's go to y'all. We spent some time on that, but it raised some other topics. I know Morgan. I know Alcy. Raise your hand, or I'm gonna raise your hand for you. Okay, Alcy, go ahead. Talk to me about your goals. Talk to everybody about your goals.
What's up? What's up? So my goals for December, I got a pretty good list. I'm gonna give them to you really quick. I'm going to do 100 volume points a day. I'm going to get 5,000 volume points by the end of the month or better, but minimally 5,000 documented. I wrote that I'm going to be happy every day, that I'm not going to let anything negative get to me. I kind of started the month off with some negative vibes, so I had to hurry up and trash that. I'm going to believe that I'm going to reach these goals. I'm going to let go of things that happened last month or something that may happen to me in the past, so I can be able to believe and be happy. I'm going to attract 2 distributors that will qualify for the DAP promotion within the first 3 months of signing up by teaching them to do 2,500 volume points in 1 month. They will be on every call and they will be at every event. So I'm going to do 2 distributors this month that will do that. I'm going to get 20 new clients. I'm going to get 25 reorders. I'm going to lose 20 more pounds. I'm going to run 35 miles this month. I'm going to drop 1 to 2 pant sizes. I'm definitely going to love myself every day. I'm going to be humble, and I put a goal set to myself to be humble and learn to take the back seat even if I know an idea was mine. I had a thing in the past where before a conversation was over, I would like to, without saying I told you so, let a person know that I helped them get to that point of where they was with the decision that they made. And great leaders don't do that at all. So I'm going to be humble. I feel like it's not being humble, although I don't come across as I'm trying to be a know-it-all. It's just a standard that I want to set for myself, something new for myself.
That's good.
I'm going to pray every day so that I can be happy, so I can let go, and so that I can believe in these goals that I have. I'm going to help 45 people lose 10 pounds. If it goes back to me getting 20 new clients and 25 reorders, so that's 45 people. So I'm going to help 45 people lose 10 pounds. I got this new book by Joel Osteen. It's called Blessed Within the Darkness. I'm going to finish that book, and I'm going to purchase a new book this month as well. And I'm going to get 2 new preferred members this month. And that's it. And to go off of what Glenn said, I mean, not Glenn, with you two, but go off of what Glenn, Monica, and Earl was saying is that you have to start planting the seeds right now. And, magic happen later. What I say is, hard work plus consistency equals result. Consistent action equals result. At the beginning of the month, I end up posting me and Morgan's picture in a food group. It's a group that posts everything about food. Pretty much unhealthy stuff. I posted our result pictures, and we ended up getting 2,000 plus likes on them. Never got that many likes ever.
Wow.
And so it was crazy comments, crazy ads. It was so many that I had to add Morgan to the group. I'm like, you need to respond to some of these people. And, even add somebody else, add Nazim, add somebody, muscle something, because there's so many people that was just like, oh, my God, I'm inspired. And so I talked to a lot of those people, and I listened to Monica on last month, and I'm going to wrap it up, when she said I'm just a messenger. So I really had got bogged down for a quick second, but I refocused very fast because I'm like, dang, there's so many people I need to try to, I'm like, I can hit this 5,000 in this week. you know. And so I was like, you know what? Don't even go in there with that mindset. Don't message these people with that mindset. Just tell them what you have. Just let them know what you have, because if they don't order this month, they'll order next month. If they don't order next month, they're going to order, period. So just let them know what you have, and just don't be bogged down with the results for right now. You know this, Al. So I actually had to tell myself that I write little notes to myself sometimes too. I'll actually write something down like that and talk to myself. And so pretty much, you know, just what Earl said, just start planting seeds right now, doing intentional things on your Facebook, and any goals that you have, they will manifest.
Wow, that's fantastic. You guys give it up, give it up. And I've only got one question for you, Alcy, and I'm sure that I speak for the rest of the group. What else are you gonna do? That was a joke. I ran out of paper.
I gotta give Elsie a lot of credit, man. This, like for me, I know at the end of the month, like I was inspired by his positive energy. And Elsie, thank you for getting on these calls, man, and putting so much energy and positive energy into the group, and then just now sharing and how you do it and how you process it, you know. And that's, you know, sorry, there you go. And so like for me, I always, and I learned this from Glenn a while back, but you put an exclamation point on it. Like, man, y'all don't never see me do any filters, man. I mean, I'm doing filters at the end of the month. I was worked up. I was having literally a blast closing out the month, talking and attracting business. Instead of just being all worked up and trying to close out the month, I was just having a blast. It was insane.
That's what
It's a much better life doing it that way.
And yeah, and I really have to give the honors to my father-in-law, Sam O'Neill. He always told me, you know, he's in the Marine, of course, and they have something they call a KISS method. And so when I went to California in June, he pretty much, you know, reevaluated me. He was like, man, there's no more fun in it. He was like, KISS. I'm like, KISS? Like, KISS what? It's like, keep it simple, stupid. And I was like, aha. So, you know, half of the time, man, I just be having fun going on my own journey. And if you want to join me, let's get it, you know, let's get it done. And I've seen filters, and that's going to attract people that like filters. They're going to be like, oh, he do filters. And so, you know, you just have to do what makes it fun for you. Because as soon as you get bogged down, man, you lose focus fast.
Well, it makes it fun for everybody else, too, that's watching. There's a lot of people watching you know what I'm saying? It makes it fun for them, too, and it makes it different. You know, you gotta see different images, you know, you can't see the same old stuff all the time. Well, that's awesome.
And I mean, it happens, and like I said, it happens because it happened to me early this month. You know, I was approached with a situation. I thought I let it go, and I didn't. So, you know, I had to really hurry up and refocus, because that would have been all bad doo-doo, you know, for the rest of the month. So I appreciate.
Well, and on that, I'll just give and there's two things. Number one, I would encourage y'all. Y'all know the phrase "out of sight, out of mind," right? Well, repetition's the mother of all learning. Repetition's the mother of all skill. So that's why I'm going to repeat this, and there's some new people on too. If y'all aren't watching, boy, I'm getting a lot of feedback there. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to just mute y'all just to make sure y'all. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Good. If y'all are not like watching Mark Hughes videos, you know, on the reg, put that in your things to do list. Okay. And you don't got to watch 2 hours a day, you know, but hey, watch 15 minutes, 20 minutes in the morning of Undivided, by the way, maybe while you're drinking your shake and taking your tea and taking your tabs and whatever, Undivided. Okay. And what, maybe 15 minutes before you go to bed. Okay. Imagine if you did that every single day for a month or 2 months, what's your mindset going to be? Now, there's one thing that Mark Hughes always taught, that he had so much business, so much new things happening all the time, that whenever something negative happened, it was like that water off a duck's back. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you got so much positive happening all the time, for example, if you had 10 reorders today and 4 new customers today, but then you had one customer that was promising, like had a good promise, right, of losing weight, and then they texted you and they want their money back, is that going to hurt as much? You see a text? Oh, I don't think this is for me. I shouldn't have done it. My husband, whatever. And you were really counting on them. Now, you had a really good relationship, right? But you got 10 reorders and 4 new customers over here. You're so freaking inundated with all this new stuff that little blip, it didn't even penetrate. Doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means you've got so much positive things happening. There's only so much energy that you got to you know what I'm saying? To give over here or over here. So that's what y'all always want to concentrate on, having so much activity that the 1 or 2 little blips that happen on a day or in a week or in a month ain't gonna mess you up for more than 15 seconds. You guys got what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with human beings, and human beings are pretty fickle people. They're up one day, they're down the next day in terms of their attitude or their excitement or whatever. So y'all just gotta keep that in mind. So get so much business where none of that stuff happens. Concentrate on getting lots of business. New solves all. New solves all, number 1. Number 2, activity and production solves all. You got activity, you're producing, money's exchanging hands. Doesn't have to be a lot of money. $50 here, $75 there, $30 here, $120 there. Get that going on every single day, right? And that other stuff, the random things that happen, you're like, oh, okay, I was expecting that anyway. Anyway, let me get back over here. You guys follow what I'm saying? Then it doesn't affect you and penetrate you as much. Okay, so anyway, I'm watching the clock. Let's go to Morgan. Thank you very much, Alcy. Very lofty goals. The other thing and I already know the answer to this, but just to reiterate, okay, if I was coaching him one-on-one, I would ask, I already know the answer though, because I know Alcy, do you have that in a place where you're reading it every day? More than once. Of course he does. He looks at it because I know he's that type of person, he's into that, right? So, because if you're because out of sight, out of mind, if you're not like reading it until it becomes like a computer chip in your brain, this is what keeps you on track for your goals and your target and your vision all month long. You guys got me? So that's for all of y'all. All of y'all don't have to have 7 pages of goals in what I'm going to do this month, but you can start with a half a page until you get to, whatever level you want to get to. Okay, Morgan, go.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Morgan.
So,
by the way, excuse me, it was your birthday last week, and you didn't.
Yeah, I was not. Yeah.
After the call, it was your birthday the next day. I'm gonna say, why did she tell us last night?
So, pretty much, I write my goals at the beginning of each month, and then I write weekly goals. I always have a 4,000-point house so that I can keep everything in front of me, and I write my goals on my computer desk, and then I write my goals for the week on the back of my 4,000-point house because I have my 4,000-point house pretty much wherever I go. So my goals for the month are, I like to write personal goals and I like to write business goals. A lot of times we forget that we have a life outside of Herbalife. So I always like to write personal goals as well. So as far as personal goals, I put vibrate high. Also another thing that I do too is I go back to months that I had my best months within my business. And I look and I try and remember what I did that month so that I can do it over and over and over and over. So in this business, everything revolves back to how you feel for the month. If you don't personally feel good, then your business is not going to do good. So at the top of my list, I put control my emotions, vibrate high, smile every time I go outside, smile in my house, and then I put work out 4 times out the week. And then as far as my whole monthly goals for my business, I put dang, I don't have it right in front of me. I just got my weekly. I put 15 new clients, 28 reorders, 3 preferred members, and 4 distributors, new distributors for the month. And another thing that I've done this month is I've switched my focus. I've never really went into the month saying how many distributors I will have, and I'm for sure that I'm going to have them. And, that's another part of it. With those distributors, I didn't just say that I want the distributors. I said I will have 4 new active distributors. It's the difference between a distributor and an active distributor. And if you've been doing this business, you know the difference. The difference is you can sign somebody up, and then the next day, the next week, they disappear. So what I mean by active is when they come get signed up, we're going to get them off to the right start. They're going to hit the distributor action plan within the first month. They're going to move up to senior consultant. And so I've been focusing on being very intentional, and I've been focusing on shifting my shifting my focus to what I really, really want. Another thing that I came to the conclusion of, if you want to grow a business, you have to have distributors. Retail money is cool, but we do this business for the check that's going to come in the mail, because that's the real impact that has been made. You can retail, but you're not making a true impact if your check is not going, because that means you're not teaching other people how to go impact other lives. So I really have just switched my focus, because it's the end of the year, and I keep on hearing that the people who come in within this month are the very serious people. So I'm very, 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 very focused on those 4 distributors that I will have that will hit senior consultant within this month. And I'm just ready to teach people, and I will teach people because I know I can duplicate myself. At first I kind of struggled with doubt of being able to duplicate myself, but then I just realized, seeing my dad and seeing LC, that I can duplicate what I do. So now I'm just ready to get people to teach. So that's why I've switched my focus on focus on giving people this opportunity so you can teach them to have this life that you're living. So those are my goals, and that's what I'm focused on. And that's that.
Well said. Fantastic. Well said. Good job, Margaret.
Certainty. We can feel your certainty as you read.
Absolutely. And guess what? Hey, Morgan, what was your volume last month? Do you remember?
My volume last month was 27 something.
27? Very good.
Yeah.
Alcy, what was yours?
40, 42, 43, something like that.
Boom. So y'all see how, when you've already got business going on, you got so who's placing bets that Alcy's going to have his 5K this month? Come on. Or more. The 5K is a minimum. Now stretch yourself. That's the minimum. The 5K is the minimum. But of course, he's going to stretch himself. Stretch yourself for the story. Mark Hughes taught us do things for the story that you're going to have. And what do we do with the story? What the story inspires other people.
Mm-hmm.
The story inspires Earl. The story inspires Mandy. The story inspires me. Do it for the story, not so much just the volume or the VIP seating or the money or whatever. That's one more thing on top of it, so you can inspire other people. And a lot of the people you're going to inspire, they might not even be in your pay line. But if everybody's inspiring everybody, success breeds success, energy breeds energy, everybody feeds off of everybody. So isn't it in everybody's benefit if everybody's successful? Absolutely. So that's something for Alcy to take on, but it's also something for all of y'all to take on. Because then sometimes you don't let yourself off the hook if you have other people that you feel like are counting on you in a certain way. And we're all counting on everybody, like a team, like a championship team. Okay. Dallas Cowboys. Oh, I just love saying that word.
New Orleans, baby.
New Orleans Saints.
I was trying to hit that mute button so fast it wouldn't hit.
I know. New Orleans Saints. Whatever floats your boat. San Diego Chargers. Okay. So, but hey, if you're a professional championship team, doesn't everybody need everybody?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't all on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of quarterbacks, boom, and it goes right in their hands and out their hands. And an interception and a pick six. That wasn't the quarterback's fault. Catch the ball. But then they blame the quarterback for the interception, right? So on a team, we all feed off everybody, right? So we need everybody to be successful and to inspire and to have the great stories every single month. You guys understand? Shake your head. Yeah. All right. Who else? Anybody else want to speak? I see the time here, 9:37, but want to give y'all a space to speak. Sam, talk to me, baby. See, if y'all don't raise your hand, I'll call on you. It's like Sunday school. All right. Now you're still muted, baby. You got the Glenn syndrome. There you go.
Man, I'm learning from you, man. Hey,
I'm duplicating.
Lead by example, brother. Hey, listen. So, my goals are very, very quick, to the point, very obtainable. So, what I want to do, what I am going to do is I will have 12 new clients for the month, 15 new reorders. With that, I will turn 4 new distributors for the month. Mandy, who's on the call tonight, is my first new distributor for the month of December. And she's on the call tonight. And I want to kind of highlight Mandy real quick. Mandy is very, very eager and ready to go. She's ready to grab this thing by the horns, man, and just ride it. She's ready to ride the wheels off of it. And she's very coachable. And the other thing I want to say about Mandy is I peeked in on a picture she put up today. She put up a before and after picture, a before and now picture of herself. And she's only been online live for a day.
Wow.
And she had 140 plus likes on this picture.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Now it's time to go in and start blasting all those likes. But anyway, so I'm going to have 4 new distributors. I have a mid-month goal of 1,250 documented volume points and end of the month goal of 4K documented volume points, 4,000 documented volume points by the end of the month. And that's how I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to roll it into these New Year's resolutions, and it's tax time, New Year's resolutions are coming about, and I want to get some of that money too. I want to bring some of that money home. So that's where I'm at with all that.
Very good. Very good. Oh man, that's so exciting. First of all, everybody, if y'all can come off mute fast, give Mandy a welcome. Yeah. Isn't it better when you're unmuted? It's not like a silent movie over here. Congratulations, Mandy. That's really exciting, and congratulations to you as well, Sam. And by the way, did y'all catch, and I'm sure you did, but did y'all catch how clear and certain Sam is? Like the way he projects himself. You understand? That comes from all the way down in his belly where he believes. You understand? So there's just a little lesson there because I felt it. I heard it, but I felt it. Right? I saw it too, because we can see him. So we can see he's up in it. He's up in it. Right?
Minute.
Yeah. So guess what? Y'all saw it. Y'all felt it. Y'all heard it. So the question is, when you're out there doing your business, talking to your clients, talking to your distributors, talking to your potential distributors, talking to your potential PMs, your potential reorders, your potential this, the question is and this is something to write down. It's just something to reflect on. Do they feel it? Do they feel it from you? Do they feel it? The question is, first of all, and if they feel it, now the next question is, what do they feel? What do they feel from you? That's just a question. That, by the way, that's not a negative. They might not be feeling anything negative. You might not be putting out anything negative. But then again, you might be. And then you come home scratching your head why something didn't go right for you today. Right? So it's just I tell you, in Herbalife, as you move up and as you're an entrepreneur and you move to the next levels and whatnot, you go through a lot of self-evaluation, don't you, Alcie? He already talked about it tonight. We go through self-evaluation all the time. And that don't mean getting down on yourself, by the way. That doesn't mean beating yourself with a stick. It's like Jim Rohn says, you use the past as a school. Use the past as a school. Sometimes a school of hard knocks, right? But use it as a school, but don't let it beat you. Don't let it beat you don't beat yourself with a stick. Don't get down on yourself, but definitely reflect on conversations, reflect on your day. I do that all the time. I'm in the gym and I'm on 3 scoops of Prepare and Lift Off and everything else I'm drinking and Male Factor, and my adrenaline's pumping and I'm going heavy and I'm talking to my weightlifting buddies and some things come out of my mouth that's fine in the moment, but then later on at night or the next day when I'm calmed down, I'm going, should I have said that? You got to reflect. And so you can be wrong, you can be right, you can be what, or it might not even be in the category of wrong or right. But you just got to reflect, because the job is to always get a little bit better today than we were yesterday, right? And just try to be conscious and evaluate how you're coming across to your clients, your existing clients, future clients, existing distributors, future distributors. Because people judge you, don't they? They judge you, and not even on purpose, right? Sometimes they do on purpose, but sometimes they not, but they just judge you, okay? The way you talk, the way you walk, the way you act, the way you interact, how much you talk, how much you listen, how much you care, how much you don't care, right? What's the old saying? That people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? So there's kind of something to start from. So ask them a lot about themselves. Ask them a lot about their kids. How you kids doing? How's your wife? How's your husband? You know, whatever. It shows you care, right? Before you get into, let me tell you about my special, right? So anyway, but I just wanted to make it like a point of that, because I know y'all felt it too. I know y'all felt it from Sam. I felt it, right? That certainty.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's how you definitely get 4K, by the way. You put your fist down, you know, metaphorically, I will. Okay? Jim Rohn says resolve. The definition of resolve, write it down, by the way, guys, and we're almost done. This is from Jim Rohn. The definition of resolve means I will. Resolve means you can count on me. I will get the job done. That's resolve. And when all of you have resolve, you know, it could be a daily resolve, it could be a weekly resolve, it could be the before the 15th of the month resolve, right? And then it could be the before the end of the month resolve, and then it could be evaluate all month long resolve, right? And then we go into January, and now you've got that foundation that you can stand on, and you can ride that wave for the month of January, which sets your tone for the first quarter of the year, which sets your tone for the entire year. So if we were to back it up all the way to today, to December 6th, talking about what we've been talking about, and by the way, valuable conversation tonight. Thank all of y'all. Okay, we could go for 2 more hours if we talk to everybody. But if we evaluated all the way back to today, I think we could honestly say that your entire 2018 is dependent on what you do in the month of December. Put it in your notes. Put it in your notes and look and read that every day. Attach that to your goals, to your December goals, to your daily, weekly, mid-month, and monthly goal. Because your year does depend on what you do in December. Your first quarter depends on the exclamation point that you put on December, your intensity level in December, your mindset, your belief, what you speak, what people feel from you, what you project, who you are, who you represent, who you're going to be, where you're going to go, who you're going to bring with you. You understand? Everybody understand? Give me a nod. Very good, because all of y'all are muted. Okay? So guess what? For y'all new folks, just a little reminder, and I've already been seeing it on Instagram. There's some funny people posting funny stuff on Instagram. But they already been saying, I saw one thing today. Yeah, here we come with the new year, new you, new year, new you, new me, whatever that phrase is, the new year. They weren't in Herbalife, by the way. And he says, let me tell you what y'all can expect from me. I'm going to be the same old person that I was today in the new year, that I've always been. No, that's what they said. But they were being funny. It was a funny context. Here we come with the same old new year, new you, new me, new year, whatever. I'm going to tell y'all who I'm going to be. I'm going to be the same old person y'all have always known. But anyway, people be posting that funny stuff on Instagram, right? But we've talked about it here before in terms of being entrepreneurs and running a business. Raise your hand if you want to be tremendously successful in Herbalife, in this business, successful in your life, and have the most mind-boggling year in 2018. All of you do. All of you do. And we've talked about it on the calls, and we'll end with this, but just for the new folks, especially for Brandy as well, and for the rest of you, you don't have an incredible new year by waking up on January 1st and posting on Facebook that it's a new year and a new me, and you're changing. And it's going to be unbelievable, and this is your year. This is my year, 2018. You don't wait till January 1st. You make that decision right now. I know a lot of y'all already made it last month or the month before, okay? You don't make the decision it's going to be a great year January 1st. You make the decision right now with resolve. And what does resolve mean? Repetition. It means I will. It means you can count on me. That's what resolve means. You understand? So if you resolve right now that 2018 will be the best year in your life, personally, I love what Morgan said, personally as well. Because it ain't just about the money and the success and the business success. It's about the personal stuff as well. And it's about what Alcee also talked about being happy and about being humble, right? And by the way, having some peace and harmony inside yourself. Because a lot of times, a lot of people don't have peace and harmony. They're like all conflicted all up inside, especially when they're like attached business, and then you got family and you got kids, and you're trying to juggle all this stuff called life and business. So you also want some peace and harmony in there too, inside your own soul, right? So whatever your personal and business goals are, I'm saying it starts right now for 2018. I'm saying 2018 in January and February and March, how good you do then depends on the decisions you're making right now. You guys got me? The choices and decisions you make today and tomorrow and the next day is going to determine where you're going to wind up in March and April and May. That's what I'm here to tell you. Somebody give me a witness.
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 Thank you.
Hey, real quick. I see over there on Mr. O'Neal, he has that poster in the background. He's so intentional, yo. He got the poster. And I remember when I went to California, I was like, I can't get that many flyers out. How can I cover so much ground so fast? I'm like, what could I do? And I'm printing out flyers and I see a poster. I was like, I'm about to get a poster and stand on the street corner. And while I'm on the street corner in California wind, holding that thing like this, I'm like, I'm going to give me some distributors that's going to hold posters. So they coming, I'm telling you. They coming.
Oh my goodness!
I want to come.
Wow.
I want to post it like this.
What an idea! That's a fantastic idea. Y'all see them people out on the street corners that got those for pizza restaurants and whatever?
That's exactly. I was out there waving it and stuff. All that.
You gotta be kidding! Look at that. That's fantastic. Sam, take a picture of that and post that on NCL later if you would. That's fantastic. That won't fit in the camera frame. It's so big. That's fantastic. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Wow.
Right, get it now. Ask me.
Oh, beautiful. You send me one of those. I'll go out on the street corner. I love that.
I tried to bring it back, you guys. I had it in the car to bring it back. I was just gonna hold it in the airport like this. I was just gonna walk with it, and I was gonna sit with it on the airplane in front of my knees. they was like, "Nah, dude."
Hey, y'all know what you do is make an A board out of it and hang it. So you got a front and a back. And I'm gonna take you to the next level for a minute because I can't help it. It's just in me. I always got to take an idea and take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Get you an A-frame board like that and put it on your car and drive around town real slow.
Yeah.
Oh, I just looked at those Christmas lights. Oh, let me take you to the next level again. Put some Christmas lights around it, up on top of your car so they can
Lord have mercy.
see. You understand?
Hey, I'll do it.
Who wants to get to the next level? Who's doing that? I mean, all of a sudden you have 20,000 documented volume, and people be asking, well, what did you do? You say, well, I did an A. First of all, I was wearing an A board, and I put an A board with Christmas lights on the top of my car and drove around Christmas light looking. And I got all this business. You never know. You never know. That's a great idea. And that's called thinking out of the box. That's called thinking out of the box. By the way, that reminds me, and a little last thing, is I talked to Earl about this about a year ago or something like that. If your car is not branded, and I know most of y'all's is, but I know we got some new people, Mandy and whoever else is listening in the internet land. If your car is not branded, you need to get your car branded because you can't be an undercover Herbalife distributor. If you're walking around, if you're driving, you know, like a police officer, if they're driving around in an unmarked car, do you know they're a police officer? No, not till the light comes on, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So guess what? Ain't nobody knows that you're a Herbalife distributor unless you got your car branded, right? You got to put just like what we're wearing. Look at all y'all. By the way, I got to step up my game because when I see y'all on Facebook looking all more blinged out than me, I'm like, I get all jealous. Actually, Sam. I mean, Sam's got it. Like, look at him. Look at him. Unbelievable. Y'all look so good. I'm so proud of y'all. And I saw Alcy, you got those new buttons in. Those new buttons. Fantastic. So anyway, car, got to be branded. Got to be branded. You got to be branded. 7 on 7. What does 7 on 7 mean? Somebody help me out.
7 days a week.
Thank you. Okay. And on top of all that, you got to be using the product so that stuff is flowing through your veins. You got to believe in what you're doing. If you don't love and if you're not a fanatic about the products, then work on that every single day because it won't take long for you to be a fanatic about the products. It'll take you about every bit of 3 days. Work on that. Get your discipline on that because there ain't no sense in you being all branded and blinged out every single day if you only halfway believe in the products. You got to really believe in the products. The way you really believe in the products is by using them every single day, freaking results on the products. You guys got it?
Right.
Oh,
Got it.
Monica's got a true cup. You drink it. Got a true cup. Thank you for representing with the true cup. And I bet you there's some Herbalife in there too, isn't there? There is.
You know.
She's drinking that beauty booster. She keeps getting more beautiful every single day. I says, what are you drinking? Beauty booster. So anyway, great call tonight. It's going to be an incredible month. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure your team members watch this. We'll have it loaded by tomorrow. Make sure they watch this if they weren't on live. Love y'all. happen.
Okay, great call.
Make it
Thank you.
happen.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome
y'all.
call. Awesome call. Deuces.